Welcome to episode 23, carrying on from episode 22, same day, same morning. It's now sort of 11:30, just mixing this new rustbusters.co.uk paint. So this is the Armagard epoxy mastic, component A and component B. I've decanted, it's a 3:1 ratio into my mixing pot, and we'll mix it up and then we have to leave it 10 minutes. Now it's warmer today than the other day. It's a nice warm day. The other day it was cold, but it wasn't freezing, you know, it was like 5 degrees, 6 degrees. Today it's probably now over 10. This is a lot runnier, so I probably don't need to put any thinner in that today. Then we just got to wait 10 minutes, but it's really messy. The stuff goes everywhere when you're decanting it and pouring it. It's not like the other one that actually didn't dribble that far down the can, if you know what I mean. So I might not buy any more of this. I might go to something else. So you're right, I need to time 10 minutes now. There's a bit of chassis that I've discovered that I haven't painted, I haven't de-rusted at the back, sort of just between where the tie down eyes go and where the tow bar attaches on the forward point, and then the back of the anti-roll bar rubbers, that little bit, what is it, 6-9 inches each side, that I've not done. Right, so now it's 34, got to wait 10 minutes and we can paint. I've also got these brackets out, I'm going to paint these, and I have sandblasted the brake bleed screws and just given them a coat of etch primer, and also the other bracket for the woofer box because it was rusty, so I've sandblasted that and that's got a coat of etch primer. So I'll put some black on those. I also did the other day that I've not said, the exhaust hangers and the brake caliper mounts, and I've also sandblasted in a coat of etch primer these little clips at the sunroof. I think they're the sunroof drain clips, but I could be wrong. Anyway, so it's had 10 minutes, just been and started painting it on. It's too thick to paint. It needs a bit of thinner, so it says 5 to 20%. So last time I just poured it in, sloshed it in, got too much. So I'm going to put in 5%. So if it's 60 and 20, that's 80. 5% of 80. 4. We want 4 millilitres of thinners for 5, and that'll probably do enough. So we've got a little syringe here, 2mm syringe, the little rubber bung. So stir that up, see what that looks like. That's going to be better. Yeah, so it's always going to need thinning, this stuff, even for just brushing on. Nah, it's too gloopy. It might do a good job, but it's not practical to use. Right, carry on painting. So that's the second coat done. Exhaust hangers that I hadn't done. Brake caliper mounts. Brake stone guards. Anti-roll bar mounts. Subwoofer box things have had the first coat, and I've done back underneath the chassis again. Now then, let's see if we can show you. So yeah, you might be able to see, I've done from there, just where this area here is, from the outrigger from the chassis to the rear of the sill, inside that, up there, and where the rubbers mount for the trailing arm. done the trailing armies in. I can't get at that. But the bit that I forgot to do is there. From there to here. So they're still rusty, those bits. I've painted forward of that, I've painted rear of that, I've painted forward of that, I've not painted that bit. Same on the other side. So we need to do those bits. And obviously I need to do all up here. That needs another coat, but we're going to modify all this. And of course that's changing. So while I'm waiting for the paint to dry, come and look at this. So I've started doing this on the axle. So I thought, let's start to change the discs, get the hub off. So first of all, drive flange bolts, no Loctite, siliconed in, RTV'd in, every single one of them, same the other side, same that end. No paper gasket, EP90 pouring out, so either the seal's gone or they've been running EP90 in these. That hub flange nut is that tight. Standard hub nut socket, standard ratchet, can't undo it. Because it's not in the car, it just wants to turn, so if I lean on that, I've got to hold this. Yeah, so what I've decided I'm going to do is just wait till I put it back in the car. When it's in the car, and it's attached to the car, and the linkages are on, I'll either be able to put my big breaker bar on it, and the linkages to the chassis and to the car will hold it and stop the whole axle body turning, because that's what's happening, is the body's turning. Tried the normal impact gun on it, even that won't undo it, so God knows what torque they've done them up to. Not meant to be that tight, so it's going to be interesting to see what state the blooming bearings and stub axles in, isn't it? Oh well, I'm going to leave it at that for now, so I'll see you later. So evening, got a coffee. It's Wednesday evening after work, it's just about going dark. It's 4 minutes to 6 PM. So, ordered some more appropriate 10mm by 1mm, that's the M10 brake. What would they be? They're the male unions. And then I found I'd already got some left from before. Different colour, doesn't matter. Managed to find, which packet is it? So that's just come today. Some correct bleed nipples as well. Now, got these off eBay. I'll show you where I got them from in a minute. No, I can't because it's not there. But basically I just got them on eBay. And they are the right thing. They're not a Land Rover product. They're not builders Land Rover. They're just builders metric bleed screws, 10mm bleed screws for 3/8. Spot on, right thing. So I've got, what, 10 of them? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 10 of them. So they'll be good. So cause you need 2 on the rear axle. Obviously 1 each caliper. Each front caliper's got 3. So that's 6, 8, 2 spare. Should I need 2 for like anywhere on the accumulator or anything like that. So that's good. Plus I sandblasted those. So we're good there. My new brake, what would you call it? Brake union forming tool came. Still haven't found the other one. That's exactly like my last one, but I still can't find it. I mean, it's in a flipping big box. I've hunted everywhere, can't find it. We'll go around that side in a minute and I'll show you what else. After I'd finished recording on, would it have been Sunday or Monday? I don't know when. I've got the full brake lines off to the rear. Got the steering shaft out. I've also had come this out of this pocket. All makes another set of brake seals and the retainer. All makes AEU 1547G. But the good thing with this is it's come from, again, eBay, FDR 4x4 parts there. But what I like about it, it's got a good exploded diagram. Up here as well, it shows you which way around the seals go, which is useful. I mean, I know anyway, but then it's got loads of information on the back, guidance. So it's all good stuff, that. You know, dismantling, reassembly. Good stuff. So I thought I'd show you that. Right, we'll go around there in a minute. So yeah, where's my little torch? So I've got the steering shaft out. Brake lines out down there. I've just put in 2 bleed screws for now there. And then there are the lines. So this is the bit down in the engine bay there. One union there where my foot is. Another union, and then that's all the bit over there to the axle. Then those would join the flexi lines. So we've got female connections here. Need to do a double flare on those. Oh, that's what it's called. It's a brake pipe flaring tool, isn't it? And then obviously I've got some new connector things there. This connector I'm going to put in a different place. I'm going to move it further up that way somewhere so it's easier to get to. Got some metal out there because I've had this thing come. Plasma cutter. Yeah, not used it yet. It's all set up, ready to go. But I'm going to mix some paint. We're going to do some more painting in a minute. I'm going to just put a first coat on those bits that I've missed under the chassis that I was pointing out. Wire brushed it, not last night, the night before. Put some rust treater stuff on it, that FE123. And I'm going to get my overalls on, mix some paint, get that on. That's tonight's job. Right, see you later. So just while we're waiting for that paint to set, you got to, once you mixed it before you use it, you got to leave it 10 minutes. So that plasma cutter I've bought, it's a Sprag Holly something or other, I don't know. I bought it off Amazon. I'll put below what it is. 50 amp, I think. It's meant to cut up to whatever it says down here now, but of course I want it just for cutting the bodywork, for cutting steel. So the theory is that what I'm going to do is this edge I'm going to cut with the plasma cutter. I'm going to cut my Z piece so that there's not that normal full lip on. I'm going to cut it to the right size. I'll be able to mark it, clamp it, run along with the torch and cut a nice clean straight edge. Similarly with this, I'll be able to put some sort of guide on, run along with the plasma torch, cut that nice and clean, weld it back in. So that's the plan for Friday-ish, is to do that. Then once that's in, weld in the body supports, you know, the rear boot floor sections. So there's one across the back here, just behind the tank, the one that sits across here, and the one that sits just there that the brake lines, the flexi lines attached to. Spot weld them in, grind those back on the top, repaint the Z sections, epoxy, grey, paint the floor, 2 coats of this epoxy paint that I'm mixing now. Then, once that's dried, mark and weld on the little tabs that I've made and rescued off the old floor, the ones for the wiring loom, and there's a clip here somewhere for the fuel sensor wiring harness, a clip for that one as well, weld them on. Then when they're on, another coat just on those 2 little bits, put the floor in, spot weld the floor in. That's the plan. But I'm going to have to put the Bose strut top mount in before I weld the floor in, because I'm not going to be able to get the torque wrench on the uppermost bolts with the floor in place, I don't think. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it. I'm going to put it in, loosely fit it, that short piece. I'm going to try in and see how much space I've got. I don't think I'll be able to do it. So I think that needs to go in before I put the floor in. I want to give it 2 coats of epoxy before I spot weld through. So to do my spot welds, or my plug welds, really what they are, I've bought a 7.5mm, well, it's a 7mm actually, 4 flute end cut mill. So then I'll be able to drill all my holes through, put the floor in, clamp it in where I need to, go through with just the rechargeable battery drill, take the epoxy off, spot weld, and that way it's got paint all round as good as possible. Then afterwards just touch up where you need to underneath. That's the plan. Right, I didn't look how long that was. I need to start painting, so I'll see you later in the week. So welcome again, welcome back. Thursday PM, it's about 10 to 6 PM. That seal kit arrived, as I said, so I'm just going to sort that wiper seal retaining ring on that caliper where I screwed it up, while I've just got some of that paint mixing. So I'll balance you somewhere and you can watch me try and do it and get it right this time. So I've just split the caliper again. I need to get the piston out and get that wiper seal out first. So I might need my airline to get that out, but I don't want it going flying across the room. Now I'm going to throw that wiper seal away though, so I'm just going to hook it out. Let's get something to hook it out with. So I'm just going to get rid of that wiper seal, so I'm just going to hook it out. Come that way. There we are. It's just come up. Yeah, these calipers are getting even more rusty now. There we go. So I'm going to throw that one away. It's okay in there. I just need to get a new one out, get a new bit of grease, fit it on the tool, do it slightly differently this time. So the new kit, get a wiper seal retaining ring. They're a different colour this time. Get a wiper seal. That can go back in that box. Then that can go in my stock. And we're going to fit that in there. But to do it, I'm going to put it down. Before I put the grease on, so that it stays in there like that. Then we'll put some grease in it. I don't know where I put the thing, so I'm going to use that out of there, because it's still brake grease. Keeping an eye on the time. Wait 10 minutes. Nicking the grease out of my tool, the flare tool. So just a little bit of that brake grease into that seal, into the groove. There we go. Then that can go over there. Like so. Put the lid back on my grease. Wipe my fingers. Then that over there carefully so it seats. Push it down. Piston in there. Whack it. Check. I need to hit it harder. Right. You see, it's doing it again. I think it's screwing that up again. It is. I think it's bending that. So it's not working. I've chewed up 3. I've got to be really careful with this 4th, wherever I've put it. Yeah. Mind you, that one's probably not so bad. I could probably rescue that one. But just don't want to go in square. I've just put that back together for now. I'm going to have a go tomorrow. I might try and do it in the press just so I can keep an eye on it. It just wants to keep popping out on one side. I might actually just go around like with a light file. Just like take the seal out again. The actual fluid seal. Go around with the light file and just make sure it's okay. But you can see it's all rusting again. So I'm going to like wire brush it afterwards and then rust treat and everything. But for now, I'm leaving it like that tonight. I'll have a go at it tomorrow or over the weekend because I want to get floor painted and stuff tomorrow. What a nuisance. Yeah, I think what I'll have to do is probably just enlarge that recess slightly, just make sure there's no paint or rust on it, because that's probably all it is, stopping it going in. What a faff. So yeah, those 2 I've mullered. That one I've kept. The other thing I might have to do is change that. It's getting a bit battered on the top. But yeah, if I use the press, I'll be able to just check, won't I, that it's going in square. So that seats in there nicely. That holds that square in there, so it should work. And the pistons go in square. Just wants to go off. Anyway, I'll leave it till tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Right, let's put that one in there. So, no, leave that one on there, so I know which is which. Right, leave it at that for now. Need to go in and have some food. So morning, Friday morning, 28th of Feb, end of Feb, last day of Feb 2025. I've been at it since probably about 8 AM and it's now coffee time, 10 o'clock. Let's just put the light on. If I get the light, and I'll show you what I've been doing. Hang on. Right, so I've had the plasma cutter out, cut this side off, cut this Z piece off this side. The wheel arch and this floor panel has sprung down again. I'll go and show you that. I think it's because that body mount has collapsed, but anyway. That side's okay, you see. We've got a nice space on that side. I've just got that Z piece there. See, we've got a good, I don't know, centimetre, half an inch there on that one. That one. It's actually sat on the spring support on the chassis. So that side needs to come up more. I tried jacking it up before when I welded it on originally and it won't do it. So anyway, marked, cut out. Now let's show you. Where's my piece? Here. So before I did it, we measured and scribed, put a guide piece, and then I wanted to figure out how far from the scribe line, or from where you set the guide, the cut line is. So it's basically, it's 21mm difference. So that allowed me to set up a guide, cut down where I wanted to cut off. It's a 1mm cut, the same as a 1mm cutting disc. That's at 30 amps, that's at 20 amps, that's at 15 amps for this what is it, 1.1, 1.2mm, and the dross on the back is the same for all of them. So basically I can use 15 amps, I can just use it on the lowest setting. Yep, sure enough, it's because this sill's all rubbish. It's either been repaired wrong, because it's got a repair on the outer sill, but the inner sill's collapsed. So I've just put the jack under there, jacked the body mount up there, and we've now got a bit of a gap, so that I had to jam in before. So that'll be better. So I'll do the boot floor like that, and then when I come to do the sill it should get even better still. So that's alright, I'm okay with that now. Right, that's that. Tacked in, we've got 3 tacks here. How many have we got down there? 4. So that to the chassis, to the actual rear cross member, is square. It's a bit difficult because there's that weld there, but look, it's square to the front face, pretty much square, just not quite on that bit across there. It's quite going that way a little bit, tiny bit, but that's the right way to be. That don't matter, just that little bit there. So I won't weld these bits in yet. That floor here needs to be jacked up more and clamped together. Before I do that, I'll do the ends, more tacks. So that's the driver's side fully welded back in. I've just got to like flat the bells back a little bit, tidy them up, stick some paint on this side. Obviously I'll have to close this piece in again, but I can do that, that won't take long. Won't do it today though. Underneath, where I've painted underneath, it's obviously burnt the paint off again. So I'm going to have to just clean that up, wire brush that, stick some paint on that. It's still undersize in the middle. So yeah, I'm going to have to do this side. I'll just do the same on this side, but first I'll have to do that. I won't have time to do it today. I'll take that off today. I might cut that off today and I'll flatten that back and get some paint on. That'll be it for today. So I've had lunch, flatted that back a bit. I mean, I've not done it perfectly because it's all going to be under carpet anyway, so it doesn't matter, but it's good enough. Anyway, that side's bang on straight and square. Just setting up to cut this side out. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to just go through the spot welds or the plug welds that I've done in that corner first. I'll have to do this bit afterwards here, just where I've like welded there. I'll have to grind those out after, but I can do that after. And then you can see the bow on that. Right, let's get it done. So there we go, weld through primer on that side, on top and underneath. We'll take this off in a minute, it's just because I've been grinding and cutting and so many fumes. This side didn't cut as clean as the other one. Anyway, this one, I need to cut it here like I've done that one. And then I need to mark it, and rather than cutting it, I might flange it so I can tuck it underneath that lip. I'll see, I might just mark it and cut it, but I'm not doing it today. I need to go in. Right, let's move. Shut that. I need to go in and get rid of the other stuff. So there we go, I'm going to leave it at that for this episode. It's 2:30, so I need to go in, get showered, get changed. We're going to Glasgow. Concert tonight at the SEC. I'll let you know how that is next time. Right, thanks for watching. See you later.